We're gonna be talking about the new previews that just recently came up. Uh, we're Earth Week, I guess, and I guess it's not entirely complete yet. What with uh what with it being two previews. I would hope for maybe one more, but uh quite frankly, maybe it's just wishful thinking. Maybe I don't think this might be everything, but Dieter and Hinata, I won't complain too much. They were probably the two most interesting, or at least part of the most interesting previews that we were looking forward to. Starting with Deidre, I like this Deidre. This Deidre is actually surprisingly more effective. This just now created two different Deidre decks by itself. And for those of you who really want to downplay this, you really can't talk down on this card. You really can't. You cannot push it as fact that it's not as good as Plastic Arts because both of them are fundamentally different. Um, uh, Grant, this newer Deidre, when it's discarded, will be you've probably already seen it before you've seen this vid. Um, this one opens up. This is for the Deidre deck that is heavy on his own jutsus. And if you want to use his signature technique from A New Chronicle, that gives one damage to every ninja with a bomb coin, all of your opponent's ninjas with a bomb coin. Um, and art is a bang. That mission. I didn't say that. I didn't say the wrong title, did I? Yeah, I didn't think I did. It's art is a bang. Yeah, that's the mission name. Yeah. Um, But yeah, all the Deidara jutsus from the last set, as good as they are, this Deidara really makes them a lot more playable. So if you really want to make a hardcore Deidara deck, I frankly would say this is the card for you. It's kind of hard to go wrong with this one with Ambush. The Plastic Arts Deidara, that one, if since I just mentioned the newer Deidara deck, the Plastic Arts Deidara, the super rare from A New Chronicle, that one, to be frank with you, is just maybe for more tempo purposes. Uh, if you just like if Deidara is just going to be is just going to be part of a different scheme for your Earth deck, um, that's the one you want to put in because it's kind of a splashable effect. It doesn't require a specific deck to go with it. You know, this newer Deidara is not splashable. The Plastic Arts one is splashable for Earth. Um, but you know it's really good. I think it's put a bomb coin on every other ninja. If you've got the mission in your hand or the signature technique, you're gonna have you're gonna have the Dieter in your hand and or one more Earth card in your hand to pay for the cost. So um, I really like this. It's a really good one. Ambush. I sorry guys. Those of you who don't like it, too bad. You're wrong. If you think it's bad, you're not using it right. So, but jutsus, centipede, I really am degrade. This feels like a little bit more. If it's a one person jutsu that does the same as Power of the Cursed Blood, I'm really not going to think highly of it. Um, even if it pulls it down by three. If you feel confident enough that you can pull this jutsu with on the turn that you have Deidara, um, go for it. But other than that, it's only good if you draw it on the turn five or the earliest turn possible that you can play Deidara. I'll give you minus any entrance cost subtractions. I'll give it turn five, turn six. I'll give it turn five and turn six as probably the best times as of course the best times to use it, but that would be considered good. But if it goes to turn seven or higher, I'm going to say it's not worth it. So, okay, sure, you put in detonating clay centipede, but you could have put in maybe some other earth jutsu like say clay clone. My personal opinion, the better jutsu. Same cost, same requirements. Just gives him cannot be affected by your opponent's effects during this turn. If you're running a Wind Earth deck and you've got the fifth Kazekage, I guess this would be a little bit of an annoying trick to play on your opponent. But Clay Clone, it's kind of tough to argue with it. If you want some negation for your hardcore Deidara deck, that's the card you want to use. So, there you go. There's not much else to say on Clay Clone. I personally wouldn't run it, but if you really want to go for the hardcore Deidara, go for it. Um, the newer detonating clay signature technique. Um, this one is a toughie because this. Now that I look at it a second time, it's really tough to say. Uh, no, okay, thought process done. This is the detonating clay signature technique is the one that you play with if you have the plastic arts in your deck and you want one Deidara Jutsu. If there was one Deidara Jutsu you wanted to go with plastic arts explosion, to go with plastic arts Deidara, this is the one you want to use. Um 3 Earth, each of your opponent's standby ninjas change the target to injured status. If your opponent chump blocks, this is I don't know why you wouldn't want to run this signature technique. Your opponent chump blocks and you've got the Deidara there. Ugh, I'm sorry that I would really be bummed out if Plastic Arts has like maybe just 2 bomb coins and some of my other ninjas, and I don't want to, and he swings, and I don't want to block. If I don't want to block him with him because he's just going to injure them and injure my team and just ruin my team with his effect, and I block with a chump blocker, and he plays that, ugh, I will definitely hang my head in shame because wow, that's a way to look. Now that I think about it, it's Bracken Dance, an easier Bracken Dance. Now that I think about it, and I love Bracken Dance. I don't have very much problems. I don't have very much problems getting Bracken Dance out very much because I run the appropriate deck for it. But uh, this I can't argue with signature technique. It's really good. I'm sorry. But I would not play this if you have the newer Deidara that just came out. Because you'll be running the older signature technique. That just gives 1 damage regardless. Why would you change it into status when you just want to give 1 damage to all of them after you have bomb coins on all of them? But you get the idea. Scope. They tried to do it with power. They tried to magnify power of the Byakugan, but make it more accessible. If I guess I can see where they're going with this one. Like what with Amina actually returning ninjas. I guess late game this is actually kind of okay for a Fire Earth mill deck, but that's the most I can ever see for it. I don't really see if you get it early, it's not going to be that helpful. I don't think, unless you're lucky. It it's just basically a little bit more riskier power of the Byakugan. But if it's a Fire Earth mill deck, go for it. You can use that if you want. But Deidara theme, not bad. Spurn's a new deck type, and it actually seems pretty decent. Just those Deidara and the detonate and the signature technique, yeah, definitely an interesting deck to try. Hinata preview that just came out today. As a Byakugan deck creator, when upon the Neji Hiyashi, this is I am a guy who made a Byakugan deck upon 64 Palms, the super rare, first came out. I made the deck, okay? Guilty as charged. I put in anybody who could use it. And of course, and it was actually, I got it up to 32 Palms when I actually put it into tournament for the first time. I got to 32 Palms with, maybe with the help of the client that made it heads, if you got tails. I forgot her name. I think it was Koyuki. She automatically made heads. But in this case, but now I really kept a sharp eye on the cards for Byakugan right now, and the hardcore Byakugan jutsus. And I'm still waiting for my hardcore Byakugan jutsu Bandai. Make my Byakugan jutsu that Neji and every turn, maybe make it to where turn 4 and above, Neji and any Byakugan user return cost of 4 or more. Make the Byakugan jutsu that is so messed up it can compete with Rasengan. Because frankly, I don't think Rasengan should compete with the Gentle Fist style, but that's just me. I'm waiting for that Byakugan Jutsu that'll just wreck face. But anyway,